My name's Jem Ayres and I'm a cancer coach. I never really intended to be a cancer coach, but people kept coming to me after I recovered from cancer asking if I could share what I did to overcome cancer. So I was diagnosed with advanced melanoma, which is quite a rare and severe form of skin cancer, and it had spread through my blood, and I had tumours in my brain, in my lung and my auxiliary lymph node. So it all started in the summer of 2015. I decided to take a couple of months off from running my quite hectic business, and I was going to have a summer of love, so go to loads of festivals and go travelling to Thailand. But what happened was I started having headaches, and I didn't really understand why, and they were really severe headaches. I'd never really experienced anything like it before, and it was making me wobble and my vision was going funny, and I kept going back to the doctors. And the first time they told me that I needed to get glasses because it was eye strain. So I bought some glasses, and then I kept going back and kept going back. And then eventually, just before I flew to Thailand, I contacted them for a house visit and said, I can't lift my head. Am I okay to fly? And they just tapped my head and said, yeah, you've got a sinus infection, and gave me some antibiotics. So I was packed off with some new glasses and some antibiotics and went on an 8-hour flight to Thailand on a retreat that I'd booked months before. And when I was in Thailand, that was when I got really severely ill, and I ended up in hospital a few days later. And I had a CT scan, and they said to me, you don't have a sinus infection, you have a problem in your brain. And then a neurosurgeon popped up and said, we can't fly you home. We can't really believe that you made the journey over here and survived it. We're going to do brain surgery here in Thailand. So when I was back in the UK and I'd finally been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, I had a friend come and visit me in hospital, and she looked me dead in the eye and she said, Jem, you're going to beat this. And even the word beat it just kind of went through me and created a little bit of stress in my system. And I really quickly chose the opposite word. And in that moment I said, I'm going to glide. I'm going to glide through cancer. And that was my motto, was I'm going to glide. So I started making some really big changes in my life, and the first thing I looked at was diet. So I have a really big belief that nutrition really affects our health in such a vast way. I followed a protocol that was sent to me, which includes using the alkaline diet, which is a vegan diet, but also it's gluten-free and it's sugar-free, and basically it's full of anti-inflammatory foods. What we're doing is we're protecting the lining of our gut, because in our gut there's 75 to 80% of our immune system. And what we need to do is we need to keep our gut happy and healthy and safe. So by putting acidic foods into our system, so that's meat and that's dairy and that's sugar and gluten, all those kind of things, they really make the body work too hard to try and neutralise the environment in our gut, which is so important for our immune system. Also, I did loads of detoxing as well. So coffee enemas, they were used by Dr. Gerson, who created a protocol back in the 50s about how to overcome cancer naturally. Epsom baths as well, making sure that we pull out our toxins through the skin on a regular basis. I really think that to overcome cancer it takes a mind, body and a soul approach. Everything needs to be looked at. We need to look at emotional imbalances in our life that will have caused stress from the past that are stored in our system, creating toxicity. We need to look at our lifestyles and our nutrition and what we take in, and we need to kind of look at how often do we really tune into our bodies and stay embodied and really listen to when we're pushing our bodies too much.